off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to say. You might get the best of him, but sure never for me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bang. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to sing. You might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bang. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I say, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Whoa. But college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to say. You might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bang. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to sing. You might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bang. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, Light that fuse and run. I say, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to say. You might get the best of him, but sure, never for me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bank. Try that and upstate boys, a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to say. You might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bank. Try that and upstate boys, a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I say, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and
Yo, what is up, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium? It's your boy Swank. It's Tuesday night. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that can only mean one thing. It's time for the K-Gun Report right here. We got a very special show for you tonight. The Reed boys are otherwise involved, and I got my best damn friend, Mr. Kyle Gobe, from The View from 142 blog. What credentials? Those are the credentials I think he has.
Yeah, dude, I'm credential.
Season ticket holder, funny ass dude. We're going to talk about the schedule. We're going to pick win losses because why not? We got a bunch of sweet topics, a little bit of OTA info to get to. I'm going to hit this intro and we're going to get right into it.
Let's do it.
Yo, here we are, and here it is. It's the K-Gun Report on a Tuesday. I have a non-twin sitting right next to me. He's my dude. I love him very much. You might know him from The View from 142 over on 247buffandemonium.com/blogs. It's Kyle Gobe. What is up, Kyle?
Hey, how you doing, Justin? How's your evening going?
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. It's hot as hell.
Yeah,
It's very, very hot
yeah,
here at the Swank house, dude.
definitely sweating right now.
Just sweating all the time.
Just sweating,
All the time.
I'm sweating like Sean McDermott with 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
When he's in a clapping contest.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks, dude. Yeah, the Reed boys, man, they had some previous obligations for the kids, so they're bummed that they can't be here, but they'll be back next week. And at the end of the show, I'll tease a little bit. We got some old ex Bills wide receiver couple shows coming up back to back. We got Brad Lamb next week, and then we got the one and only Don Beebe the week after that. So get stoked for that.
Damn.
Tune in for that. Yeah, dude. Jerry got that
Yeah.
one. I was super pumped.
That's pretty sweet.
All right,
You guys
so
are just wide receiver congregation here.
that's what we do.
We got
You know,
those wide receivers coming over every show. I feel like there's another wide receiver.
I know, man. Andre was in the comments last week.
Yeah,
It was
pretty
nuts.
dope.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Let's see here. We got all sorts of people in the comments. We got our boy Patrick Hughes saying, "What's up, Mafia? How's everybody doing? Let's get cracking." Kyle, there is this running joke going on. I don't know if you've caught it yet, but during the draft show that we did, that was like 5 hours long, Jarrod like said too many R's, like when he was talking, like accidentally.
Oh, yeah.
He just was like, "Are you ready?" or something like that. And
Yeah.
everybody in the comments jumped all over it. So now they add more R's to everything, especially when it pertains to Jarrod. So it's like Jarrod.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, it's a pretty good bit, man. We're having fun with it.
Yeah.
We got Uncle James in the comments saying, "What's up, Mafia?" He says, K-Gun reports like Taco Tuesday. You just can't wait. Hell yeah, man.
You always have more than you expected you were going to. Like,
yeah. You're guaranteed diarrhea in the morning. We got Doug saying, "What's up, everybody?" What's up, Doug? We got the one and only John Johns. Hello, everyone. Happy birthday to Mr. Mark Maddox. That's right. It's our boy Mark Maddox's birthday today. Shout him out on Frischbergs.
And there's another dude with a birthday today on the team.
I think there is. Mr. JA17, bro.
Yeah.
On his birthday, he's dropping dimes to Keon Coleman. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Dude, at my daughter's school today, they had dressed like Josh Allen Day.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah. It was like their Spirit Week day. I was like, man, that's cool. So I can wear your Bills gear for Josh Allen's birthday.
What would it have been when we were in high school? Just like not even Fitzpatrick. Just like Trent Edwards Day.
Just like Flutie probably would have been like the most exciting one.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
I feel
for
like,
sure.
I feel like the 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
So did your school have like a pep rally for the Super Bowl when you were a kid? Like, do you remember like going down to the gym as like a whole school? Because like you were definitely like different school than I was in elementary school.
Yeah. We were separate towns, separate but equal towns. Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
You're a Clifton kid, and I was a Phelps kid. I don't think we did, but I do remember like stealing all the centerfolds from the newspapers in the library because they would profile.
Did your newspapers had centerfolds in them?
You know how it goes.
Wow.
It was like full page pictures of like players. So it'd be like one day it was like Bruce, and the next day it was like Cornelius Bennett, and it was like all these pros. And I took
like in like the Sports Illustrated for kids or whatever.
No, it was like in like the DNC. Like they were doing it, yeah. And it was like a different player every day they were profiling, and I took all of them. We got our boy, cool. We got our boy Jerry Reed saying happy birthday, Josh Allen, and most importantly, Sullivan Reed. Welcome, Kyle. Get it, boys. Jerry.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Nice plug for your kid, man. That's a beautiful thing. Happy birthday, Sully. Scott Reed says Kyle with 4 exclamation points. You're loved, Kyle, very much. We got Buffalo Spartan saying, "What up, fam? Mafia Mount Up. What is up, Spartan?" He likes to get kicked with a "This is Sparta" if you got it in you from the movie 300.
For me?
Yeah, dude. Okay. You're the guest.
So we get in the character.
All right.
This is Sparta!
It was good, dude. It blew out everybody's earphones, dude.
Yeah, well,
That's
you know,
awesome. You did great.
that's these two, I hope.
What's up, Spartan? We got Christian. Let's see. Oh, John's. I made a mistake. It's Josh Allen, not Mark Maddox. Yeah. I was wondering, dude. I was giving it to you though.
I'm
Patrick.
sure they get confused for each other a lot.
Yeah, dude. Like, excuse me, Mark.
Similar.
Are you?
Oh, so it's Josh Allen?
Josh Allen, Mark Maddox. Patrick Hughes says no reads. He's getting in the bed.
I get it.
Let's see. The beautiful Ellen Light says, "Happy birthday, Sullivan. Hope you had a wonderful birthday." Hell yeah. Dr. Bruce McKellar, who you can kick and don't kick him. You can find him over at 247buffandemonium.com /blogs for the injury report. He's got some great stuff over there. He says Jarrod is watching. He also said Trent Edwards' day is so sad. Let's see here. You guys are killing it, man. Well, Swank, the Reed boys can run.
Is that my mom?
That might have been, dude.
Probably.
You guys are killing it. Spartan says that was the best one ever. By the way.
Oh man, thanks.
Yeah, dude. I think Scott is gonna be jealous, but he said freaking nailed it. I mean, you're right on it, dude. You're right on it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Trying to be like useful, you know.
You're doing a great job. Well, guys, I want to remind you that we are part of the Buff fan base, and as part of that, we are sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com and give them all your money. You can get the freshest threads. You can help a family in Western New York. It's a win-win. Go check out what Del Reed and the gang got going on. Scott says,
I didn't even think about. I should have worn on one of my 26 shirts.
You know, I had it like I was gonna change, but I was too busy getting stuff ready.
Yeah.
So we'll just hold this up like I do have.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite 26 shirt?
Yeah, but I don't have it. I really want Del to redo it just for me or for us. That would be cool.
Yeah.
The Danzig one that says Buffalo. Have you seen that?
Oh
one?
Yeah.
Dope.
So that one's good. I want them to remake the snowplow. I missed that one. I went to order and I was a day late, like an idiot. Man, I've got like a pretty sweet sleeveless that's like just says Fandemonium, and then it's like the goalpost coming down from back in the day. That's a good shirt. And got like a Scooby-Doo themed one with like Josh Allen as Shaggy with like the buffalo hanging out the window. It says a mafia movie. Like that's a pretty good one. Yeah, I like. They got good stuff. You know?
They do,
I give
man.
them all my money. It's every dollar.
Every single cent. Dude.
Everyone.
They I don't know. We were talking about the other week. It's like his staff, like they're right on like all the trends and stuff. And I'm too old. I'm just like way too old. If I catch one and I get the joke, I'm like, yes. Yeah. Other than that, I'm like,
I've got one of the Ryan twins on that double bicycle. Said double bicycle. That's problematic.
Patrick Hughes says I need some Bill stuff on these walls behind me. Dude, it's really hard to like put holes in brand new walls. And I just don't. I can't bring myself to do it. Also, this is like temporary. I'm moving everything downstairs and then eventually to the dream studio in the garage. Corey says he's late. Dude, you're never late, man. You arrived just on time. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Wow.
You like that? I can just switch it.
It was all right. Caught me off guard more than anything.
Tonight we're talking about the Buffalo Bills and the schedule for 2024. Guys, OTA started today. There was some pretty sweet little videos getting everybody hyped up, I think, with Josh Allen connecting with Keon Coleman and some dodgeball highlights and stuff like that. You tuned into any of that, Kyle?
Dude, I've been off. I've been off the socials today. It's been a day, man.
Hey, I feel you, dude.
Yeah, didn't get to it.
Yeah.
So I'm a little can't. I'm not hip to what happened today.
Well, you know, it was very like I think tomorrow's the media day, so it wasn't very like big. It was just like a couple little videos of Josh connecting with Keon, and he's learned everybody's got new handshakes, and Josh has already learned them all, and all that cool stuff. All the cool like Josh Allen
stuff, the stuff you need
that
to know.
You want. Yeah, you're like it's it's late May, and I really need some sort of Bills fix, and that's.
Do you think he already forgot the one he had with Diggs?
Dude, it was so long. Like, I don't know if you could. You'd have to practice it so many times. Oh, man. Let me see here. Jamie says, I'm feeling like a Guinness. Go ahead, dude.
Yeah. It's too hot for that motor oil tonight for me, but I'm not. That's for you.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Get some eggnog,
too. I had to drink the swill water tonight.
Hey, man.
Yeah, dude, you're fancy.
Yeah, I just have that one, and then I got, this is the on-decker I got over here,
Yeah.
Other than that, there's not a whole lot of news going on.
So how were those passes crisp for Keon Coleman there?
Yeah, I mean the ones that the Bills PR team put out there, he was catching it fully extended and stride.
Or it was just bouncing off of his hands, and he looked sloppy in his routes. Like nothing like that went viral.
No, nothing like Xavier Worthy. No.
Yeah, that'd be a bad look.
It would be a real bad look. I was listening to WGR today, and they were talking about how this dude is like perfect for Buffalo as far as personality goes. Like he's just so likable, and everything that's going on. And Sneaky Joe was like, just please be good. just please be good, like, because if not,
I feel like it's like everybody. Like it encapsulates like all of our feelings. Like just play fast, man. Like play fast and like do the things.
just do the things. Catch balls. Make
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, man. It's just so early, and I'm already ready for it. And I really want it to be training camp. I'm trying not to wish the summer away, but like,
yeah, dude, that's the hardest. That's like the hardest thing for me is like summers are what I live for, man. Like I don't want to wish that thing away for next fall. Like,
yeah, this is a season ticket holder saying that. Yeah.
What's that?
I said this is a season ticket holder saying that. Trying not to wish away the summer.
The grind is coming, brother. Like
hell yeah,
brother. Let's talk about that grind of games, man. Let's segue right into that schedule. What do you say? You got more to
this guy is a professional segueist right here, and that's why I got him in here filling in. You know what I'm saying? So we had this happen. This is the schedule for your 2024 Buffalo Bills. Kyle had a good idea that we were going to compare what Vegas had to all these here games, and then him and I were going to pick our own damn games. And actually, Kyle, you can put in WLs or whatever team you think in there.
You want me to run that situation?
If you don't mind, yeah, that would be sick.
All right, I can do that.
So week 1, we are opening up at home against the Cardinals. I think this is a little bit of to me, it's a weird one. Let us know in the comments what you got. But I don't know the last time that we opened up at home against an NFC opponent or against not the Jets.
Right.
It's a little different. I don't know, that doesn't really mean that I dislike it, I guess. And I think it'll be a good test to kind of see where this offense looks like fresh first look. What do you think,
absolutely. Man? I mean, so I guess what it reminds me of is remember when it was maybe like 3 or 4 years ago when we opened up against the Rams, right? Like Thursday night football to open the season in Los Angeles, and just looked smart. Like a lot of trick plays. I remember a lot of big silly plays that got the fan base just amped up for the season, right? And I think it might have been like, I want to say it was like 21-0 at half, something like that, 24-3, something. I don't know. But that's like I would love for that to be like this home game week 1, and like the stands is partying, right?
Hell yeah, dude.
That would be right. 1:00 home opener. I want like second half party in the stadium. Mr. Brightsides, everybody singing.
Top of their lungs, dude. I think like that Rams game, dude, one of the biggest things I remember is Von Miller. right? Like that was like Bond's first season. He's coming home. I think the Rams had just come off like that crazy season, right? And all of a sudden, like Super Bowl champs, and we went into their house and just mopped the whole stadium with them, and it was like that was setting the tone for the way that the beginning, like most of that season went. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'd like a big win, and I feel like it's kind of like that. I don't know, maybe I don't want to eat words, but like I don't. You feel like they could do that to the Cardinals, or like isn't your bar or your expectation level that they should be able to do that in Week 1 coming out of the gates, and like if it's tight or a loss, like you're like reeling about what your expectations are for the team, right? Like you're just real scared that you didn't take care of the Cardinals. So like, I don't know. To me, like that's the mindset I gotta have, and then I'll be worried if it's otherwise.
Oh, dude, can you imagine like taking an L at home against the Cardinals and then going into Thursday night against the Dolphins? Like that would just be the week from hell, dude.
Right, a short week with just getting chirped at.
Yeah. I mean, Kyler Murray, man, like this dude is like so polarizing. I think he's got work ethic question marks all around him, and the video game thing, and he's been banged up, and he just is like one of those quarterbacks. I feel like in general, people around the league and fans and whoever else give him a pass because he's flashed. Do you think he's as advertised? Like, do you think that he is the guy, or is it just kind of like middling football with sparks?
Yeah, so like I don't know. I never want to believe those rumors that just come out, but then like, do you remember there was the clause in the contract that leaked and he demanded for like, so like if I don't know, you can't just discount that. So maybe there was some like dedication issues early on, but again, like maybe it's just one of those things where like a guy doesn't realize like what the jump is between college and pros, or like maybe just expects that like he's never had to push himself in his career before, like he can be that much better, and he's always has been, and like that ain't gonna work when every single person is the best that they've ever been and they still work at it, right? So but maybe that's like Pat in his past, right? And maybe he is like rededicated and he's got a big stud wide receiver in his rookie.
In his rookie season going up against the Sean McDermott defense, but also,
but like think about what your expectations are for our wide receiver, and then like that should be like, think of that fan base has got to be both of them got to be real excited.
Yeah, dude. But I mean, it's only true for our wide receiver, right?
Right.
Like everybody in Arizona is super worried, I think. Not us. We know it's going to be a shutdown, dude. Well, I guess for me, dude,
I feel like it's got to be a win.
It's got to be a win. Yeah. Vegas has us as 7-point favorites with an over/under 48.
48.
Yeah.
So I feel like I don't know, man. At this point, like what I just talked about, I feel like you got to take the Bills given the points, because they'll cover. You want them to cover by more than a touchdown. If I want a party in the fourth quarter, it's got to be like, Josh Allen not playing the last 3 series.
Yeah, we want to see Mitch, man.
Right, bring him back.
So, you're going to get a first look at how this offense looks too, man. I think like a Cardinals defense, it's a good way to come out and see what's up, like what works, what doesn't, how prepared are they, how many, short passes are we going to see? Because I think that's going to be the name of the game, short passes and runs.
Is that the Bills offense now?
Yeah.
Right? Like if Josh will run it, right? I don't know, man. He loves to run it so deep, right? Like, will he run it effectively? It's gonna be the big question.
Yeah, that's it. Can he get the ball out quick, right?
Yeah.
Like if he can make those reads, and I think he can, but you have to see. I don't know. Joe Brady, like this is his year, man. This is the time to shine.
Yeah.
Let's head on to. Oh, go ahead, buddy.
Oh, go, man. That was good. That's a good way to say it. I just spewed too much out of my mouth.
You're okay, dude. It's week 2. We're going to Miami with the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football, which starts a 3-game stretch of primetime games. They softened you up with a 1:00 at home, and then three weeks on the road. So looking at this, going to Miami, they are 1-point favorites. The Dolphins, that is. They usually give the home team 1.5 points, though, right? So this is pretty much even, less than even. Is that like?
Yeah, I mean, sure, right? It's right? It's a little concerning, but
yeah, well,
I guess that's like them saying right now, like on the start of the season, like they beat those teams is right there with each other.
they should be right on paper. I don't know. The one thing is Josh Allen has owned the Dolphins historically, like since he's been in Buffalo. I was lucky enough to go to the game here with you last year for my birthday, man, and they were just
that was
on fire, dude. Such a good game.
That was a fun game.
Yeah.
But then when we were down there for that sun game, right? Like everybody always says, like, well, that one doesn't count because it was 150 degrees on it. And it's like, all right, well, no sun, like,
yeah,
do it.
You
got to do it, right? Like,
yeah.
Remember what they used to say over at the racetrack, man? No excuses.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, if you're going to go down there and you're going to be the team you're going to be and you're going to be the beast of the East like you have been the last 5-6 seasons, you got to go down and take care of business. Yeah. And this is a big one for implications later on down the road. Look at what happened last year, right? Like had to beat them that last year. It was the difference between almost missing the playoffs and being the 2 seed. So it's crazy. So for me,
you gotta get out on top early.
Yeah, I think
it means a lot.
If you're gonna like be the team that we want you to be and you're gonna be competitive, this game, week 2, you go down and you throw a W on the Dolphins, like that's almost more of a statement than the Cardinals, right? Like the Cardinals are kind of like that softball, like that you should hit out of the park. The Dolphins are that one that if you're a good team that's really gonna stake your claim, you got to win. So for me, man,
and this like whole stretch of the schedule, like 2 through 7, man, it is all AFC, right? And it's like, they mean so much, right? Like I'd almost rather that you would rather trade one of those, like if they're not going to run that table, right? But like, you almost rather take a loss against the NFC than any of those AFC teams because like they're all playoff teams. They're all in contention. There's not one like, well, maybe the Titans aren't going to be there, but you expect all those other teams to be in competition for playoffs, and like this whole stretch is like the scary, like not scary, but it's just like it means a lot, right? It's almost like you'd rather have this stretch like around the bye week, right? Like 9 through 13 or something like that, right? Where it's like the team's got it sorted out, they can like get healthy through a bye, but if this is right, and then they got those NFC heavy after the bye.
I was just gonna say, dude, 3 straight NFC games after the bye, and then ending with 2 division games. I mean, the thing that sucks about that is if the Bills aren't in control by the bye, that's 3 weeks in a row.
It's gonna be hard to make up games.
Yeah, dude. 3 weeks in a row where AFC teams can sneak up on you.
Right, and then you got the Patriots in the last 2 out of the last 3, so it's like you're not really able to like beat somebody that might be ahead of you if you think it's going to fall how it is. So like you have to get the work done in the early part of the season because it's not as though like you have the Dolphins or any like contenders. You don't have like the Texans aren't at the end of the schedule, right? Like any of those things that if you're not in head of the division, like you can't close ground without them, or you can't, like you said, you can't control your destiny. So might be.
This is the trouble that we got ourselves in last year, right? We kept losing stupid close games to AFC teams,
right?
Right. So to come out and make that statement, to me, man, Josh Allen, he's at the helm. He's leading this team. It's week 2. He's jazzed up. He's got that first week jitters out of his system. I think he goes down to Dolphins and he takes care of business. I see a win here.
Yeah, until proven otherwise, like you don't pick against Allen going against the Dolphins, right? Like that's just not, to me. It's like take that
WW.
Take that underdog, right? Starting 2-0.
Dr. Bruce says win in Miami. Scooter says win in Miami. Not gonna lie, taking that sunstroke will help. Yeah. Let's see here. Scott also said I would rather have a short week earlier than later, which is kind of where we're getting into now. Yep.
Yeah, and then it's like you almost get that mini bye for the Jaguars.
Yeah, you texted me that, and absolutely, dude. Yeah, that's right where you want to be. Especially against a team like that.
Yeah, and like feel good, right? Like play those first teams and then get like a nice long weekend and not have to put all that stress on you as a team too. Like that'd be a nice spot. Yeah. So anyway, let's get into the Jags on Monday Night Football. Dude, we're gonna go to 10 o'clock around week 2, bro.
We'll start going, dude. Let's see, dude. Yeah, Jags at home. I mean, we kind of talked about this a little bit with those topics that you shot over, right? Like, this is a big, like, ex-player filled game, right? You got Gabe Davis, you got Mitch Morse, all those dudes coming home to Buffalo on Monday night, prime time. Another tough matchup, man. Out of these first 4 games, I feel like if the Bills can come out with 3 wins, I would be ecstatic. I feel like they should be competitive everywhere. So for me, and don't hate me out there, man, even though I believe fully in Josh Allen and primetime Josh, I'm going to give the Bills a loss on this week 3 against the Jaguars Monday Night Football.
That's so funny, man. Because like I think back to like London, right? Didn't come up. And there's like the playoff game from a few years ago, right? And just like, I don't know, it's just like this. I feel like this team gives us a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
And like big spot seems to not favor us against the Jaguars last few that I remember, right? Like it's tough for us to come up against them when it counts. And like I don't see them going to 13 wins. So they got to lose somebody, right?
Yeah,
like,
they got to. As
much as I just feel like this is one that I feel the same way you do, man. Like I feel this is one that they could. I'd be driving home late night disappointed, man.
Yeah, you might be. You're gonna have to take that Tuesday off.
I mean,
they kind of got like a little bit of an interesting wide receiving core over there. It'll be a good game regardless, dude.
Yeah, right. Like, yes, and I think about like some of these games last year, right, and like just how close they came to losing to the Giants at home, right? It was pass interference in the end zone with the exact same play with the exact same hold not called in the next play, right? And they snuck out of there, and you know, the Bills were 6-6, right? Last year. So
I've blocked out parts of it.
I'm not just thinking it's gonna be like cakewalk, right? Like here we go, 14 wins, right? Like
This is like one of those years, man. It's not a complete rebuild, but Jesus, like we haven't seen it broke down and then rebuilt like this since McDermott took over and Josh Allen came into town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
like almost like that transition from Tyrod into Josh, right?
And even that first year, you got I mean, Josh's rookie year, right? That was like the closest you've been. Like you got that high from breaking the drought. And then you went into like, oh, this is normalcy. But you see flashes of Josh Allen being a monster. And
I remember when Nate Peterman threw like 6 interceptions.
You want to hear something else I heard today?
Go for it.
Nate Peterman, dude, still in the league. Still backing up. Dude, 30 years old, down in New Orleans, backing up. I can't believe it. Insane.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, right? Because like we just, I don't know. Like, I wonder what he brings, right?
I don't know, dude. It's got to be like when Gruden was like, this kid's got something. Like, when he was all hyped on this Peterman kid. He's like, oh, who's historically threw the worst game in NFL history as a quarterback, dude. Like the worst half ever.
Yeah.
But
got the yips.
Yeah, he did. He got him bad. Here we go, week 4 in Baltimore. Franklin's going to Baltimore to see this game on Sunday Night Football. That might be a good time.
Oh, yeah?
Is the stadium down by Camden?
Yeah, it's all in that same area. Yeah, it's downtown, like in the harbor.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know. So part of the reason why I picked a loss for the Jags, dude, is because I think we have the Ravens number. And I really think Lamar is a freak athlete, but I'm not 100% sold on his availability or him as a closer. I think he gets too much for too little. I think the same things they accuse Josh Allen of, as far as like putting the team on his shoulders and doing too much. Like Lamar Jackson kind of gets praised for those things, and it doesn't really translate to the same playoff appearances or wins or anything like that. So I think the Bills have had their number. I'm going to win here. What do you think about this matchup?
I would agree, right? We have taken them, but I also that Ravens teams, it might be in the best division in football.
That's true.
Right? And like that's a good division. There's a lot of stacked teams. Like the Steelers are probably the bottom of that, but I think the Steelers are better than the Patriots, right? I think the bottom of that division is a lot better than the bottom of ours right now.
Oh, hell yeah. I think the Steelers are better than they have been in years.
I think that all of those, well, I don't know about the Browns, but at least the Bengals and the Ravens are equal to or better than the Bills are. I think they're like the Bengals, like we haven't been able to do anything with them. So I think that if Burrow's really back, right, I think that's a dangerous division.
Yeah.
I don't think the Ravens can afford to lose to Buffalo, like with how hard that division is, right, and be a contender. So I think they play us like we play the Chiefs in the regular season. Like it means a lot more to them. So I think they're gonna take that on Monday or on Sunday night.
Nice take, dude. Nice take, nice comparison. I like that. We're like their regular season
nemesis. Chiefs, like they gotta get us.
Yeah, I like that. I hope you're wrong, but I like that. Vegas has the Ravens as 3.5 point. What do you call that? Whatever. Favorites? Yeah. With 46.5 over under. So
yeah, I might like that under on that.
I think so too, man. Especially if the Bills go to more of a running attack.
And like, don't listen to a word I say. I do not gamble. Like I don't know. Like,
look at that shirt.
I like the under on that. Like I know what that even means. Like
yeah, Slick Kyle's hot Vegas takes.
I put 0 units on that one.
I bet all my Bitcoin on that one right there, dude. So you're going loss on that one?
Yeah. So, I got them at 2-2, and you got them at 3-1.
Yeah. Dr. Bruce says loss
Texans, man. That's a game right there.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be a one. It's gonna be a one. Dr. Bruce says loss in Baltimore. Scott says loss in Baltimore. Paul Rossi says could legit be 3-3 to start. Oh God,
I think that'd be
Patrick Hughes says go ahead, dude.
I would. I think this is like a gauntlet to start the season, right? I would like 3-3.
Yeah,
right. I'd take it.
Yeah. I mean, God, it just depends on what the Jets look like. That was such a shitty win that they had last year for week 1. Yeah, okay, let's go Texans. You start this one off, buddy. What do you think?
All right. Well, I mean, there's a lot. They're familiar, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot, and like, I don't know, man. Like, how exciting were the Texans last year?
I love Stroud, dude. I think he's great.
Me too.
Yeah, it's a fun team.
And I don't know. Like, I don't think there's any reason to believe that he'll hit like a sophomore slump or anything like that. I don't know.
No.
But I mean, he's got weapons. So many. His offense is stacked. Right? Tank Dell will be back. He had an amazing season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they got some other receiver that hurts pretty good. I don't know.
Some dude, whatever. Yeah.
But that to me is like maybe you as a Bills fan, and like my expectations, like that's a game that they got to get, right? If you want to be considered to be elite, and then you should beat the Texans.
Yeah, I mean, this is the hard part about it, right? Like where they should be, as opposed to what they are. You got to win a game like that. The front half of this season is so loaded.
It is.
To me, it's really going to depend on what our secondary looks like. Is Matt Milano back, linebacking core? What's CB2 look like? Safety wise, you're talking about like a defense that played against Stephon Diggs for however many years, and in reality, he could be a wide receiver 2 or 3 down there.
Like, I know.
Depending on what's happening. So, and you gotta believe he wants a piece of the Bills real bad.
They might have 3,000-yard receivers down there.
Yeah, that's scary.
Right, kind of like yeah.
But
it's just,
man, I can't. I gotta think. Stroud is as young as he is. Like, is it all gonna super click that much? Like, what I'm hoping is like he did a really good job his rookie year and stunned us all, and then maybe not a slump, but just like a small improvement.
Or maybe not a slump, but like maybe this is a game that like you count on I don't know, Sean McDee's, right?
Yeah.
Like he's got to scheme something up on defense to like shut that quarterback down, right? Like he's
Hell
fairly good at rattling young quarterbacks, and like maybe that's like a McDermott game, you know?
Yeah, I like it. Bring the heat right in his face.
Yeah.
I'm going win.
Just confusing him, right? Like maybe just throwing exotic looks, like that's like a hallmark of. And if that, like, you maybe getting back to what you said, if that safety core is in the system and they can play that kind of interchangeable part, right? It relies a lot on that quarterback not being able to know who's going to be dropping and who's going to be coming up, right? And because they did so well at, like Hyde and Porter did so well at disguising that, and they could each go on either way, any play, right? So I don't know. I think that's where you might get into like how much can you fool, right? And it's going to depend on how much that defense is synced up.
Yeah, and I gotta, with this defense too, and so many moving parts changing, but them getting like quality rookie depth as well as veteran depth. There's not a lot of tape on these guys. I mean, there's tape on the scheme, but you also haven't seen Bernard and Milano play together a whole lot. There's a lot of stuff depending on where Milano's at in his recovery and if he's back by now. Between that and the unknowns at the safeties, except for like if Rapp, I don't know. I'm still up in the air. I don't know if Rapp's going to get a starting job, right? Like,
Yeah, no, I don't know either. Like, I think you're a little higher on Rapp than I am. Like, I'm not like sold on him to be a starter. I don't think he's like he'll go in there with as it being his job to lose necessarily. But I don't know. I think maybe when you think about too, like a McDermott defense doesn't often give up more than 24.
Yeah.
And this is a game where you need him to hold the other team to 24. You need that scheme to do that, and then put that on Josh. Like you got to go up and put up high 20s, low 30s, and do it.
Yeah. Corey Blaine, really quick. This will be the last question pertaining to the Texans game here because we got to get moving. Corey says, "Who do we cover Diggs with?" Thoughts? What do you think about that?
I don't want to start this conversation.
You don't want to start this conversation?
Like, I don't know. Like, you're not gonna shadow him. It's gonna be where he lines up.
No, I think.
Do you think you shadow Diggs?
No, I think he's in the slot though. I think Taron Johnson probably gets a lot of reads on him.
That's a great battle.
Yeah, I mean, and
a couple all pros right there.
Yeah, and who knows how much they've lined up against each other in practice with him being like an X and all that. But I think that would be a phenomenal battle.
I think where Diggs lines up is where who covers him. I don't think that you scheme for him anymore, especially on that team.
Yeah.
You play sides and you play two, like your guy on their side, on the side they feel most comfortable with, because be where you are going to be best because they're all good. Their whole root core is good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'd rather them just stick to a side.
Yeah. I think that's where like McDermott's whole defense is built, right? Discipline and sticking to your assignment. So I don't know. I don't think it's very intimidating no matter where he is, as far as like mindset of the game plan. But I mean, he's a great athlete. No matter what you want to say about Stephon Diggs, man, if he was still rocking a Bills jersey, like
I wish this was a home game.
I know, dude. I know. I do too. I really do.
I can't believe it's just like a regular. It's not like in a prime market. You know what I mean? Like where it's like the single game.
Yeah, it should be. It really should be. They kind of dropped the ball.
It has like the ingredients to be like a real good game, right? Like maybe like a shootout.
Absolutely.
Could be fun. Anyway, who are you taking?
I'm going Bills, man.
You going Bills win?
Yep.
I'm going to say that this is one where you get a win on coaching, right? Like you are schemed better to take away from their offensive power, and you rely on your coaching and your quarterback to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think defensive game plan is going to be everything in this game against a second-year quarterback who's had some mild success. Good success. Very good success.
Yeah, it's a great start.
Week All right, week 6 at Jets, Monday Night Football. Revenge game here, huh, from week 1. Aaron Rodgers supposedly should be playing this game.
Healthy. You think he makes it?
I don't know. I really don't know. I can't believe he came back, to be honest. I mean, the dude's he had 1 foot out the door, and then he got 1 foot broke, and then now he's coming back. So I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know. I feel like you remember when the Bills had these amazing defenses, and then we had Trent Edwards, and then we had right. I feel like that's what the Jets are doing.
Yeah,
like being a Jets fan is gonna be like, man, we're gonna hold you to 12 points and only score 9, and it's like I've been there, dude. I've lived that life.
Yeah, we called it my early 20s, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
But with that being said, man, Bills lose.
Is that where you're at, really?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was gonna say it. I'm going win, dude. I mean, they got a big defense, and they got a lot of offense.
They think do confuse Allen. He's like he doesn't put up numbers. They don't put up points. Like his whole career has been a struggle against the Jets.
Yeah,
I guess like since Salah.
Yeah, Salah's really been the guy, man. Yeah,
he's
and Sauce Gardner's for real. I mean, the linebackers, it's a good defense.
They're good.
And I really think the offense was trending in the right direction until they picked up Aaron Rodgers last year, and then they just got his Christmas list of old guys that were failing him in Green Bay. I never got, like, the dude complained he didn't have any wide receivers in Green Bay. He goes to New York, and then he gets all the receivers that he complained about.
Well, I thought it was because his hand signals were so elaborate. He had to bring, his magic fingers, and like he doesn't teach it to the other receivers that he expects you just to pick it up. So he's got to bring like some old heads over that'll teach him the hand signals. I think that's why they're there. And then like look at their offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
Yeah, come on. Hey, come on. Dude, Spin0481 over on YouTube says Jets coming back from London for the Bills game, so they must be over in England before that. So I'm going win. It's the Jets at the end of the day, dude. That's all I got on that. We need to again, if we're this team, we need to assert our dominance, beat teams that we need to beat. That's one of those. Here we go, week 7 at home against the Titans.
I don't got much analysis on this game, man. Like,
yeah, dude.
The Titans, like they just trimmed, right? Like,
they're in a rebuild year. Levis, right? He's their quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. They got a bunch of old heads. I think isn't God from the Cardinals, the wide receiver there, the big wide receiver, older. I'm drawing a complete blank, dude. He was a big name wide receiver. The Bills wanted him. Hopkins, thank you. Patrick Hughes. Is Hopkins? I think Hopkins is on the Titans, right?
That sounds. I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know if it was like a 1-year rental or if he's like still there.
Yeah. D. Hopkins. I think he was on the.
My dog just got real excited.
He says he wasn't a 1-year rental.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Woody.
Dr. Bruce says, yeah, he's still there. So, that's about it. You got a young quarterback and 1 wide receiver and a team that just fired who I thought was a good coach, and at least kept them competitive. You might have been a little bit too defensive minded, whatever. A little old school for them, but here you are, a home game. They should walk the Titans, I believe. That's a win for me.
Yeah, they should. But I mean, look at this record we got them at, man.
I know, dude. I know.
They just can't. They can't run it like that. I feel like they just for the sake of where I'm at. I gotta
You
give them
going
a
L
slip
on
up game
that?
just because I can't. No, you gotta win. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I gotta win there.
I'm gonna take a slip.
I mean, for me, if they're slipping up, they're slipping up with the 12th man on the road in Seattle. The next week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'll go with L there.
You gonna go with the loss on that one?
They are in Tennessee. They are 7.5 point favorites. The Bills are.
Yeah, see that.
Which is one of the biggest spreads I think they have. Well, no, I think the Patriots they're 9.
The Patriots, yeah.
I'm
gonna go back to back here.
Two L's. Ooh, look at this guy, the villain of 24/7 Buff Fandemonium right now, dude. I'm going with the sweep against the Dolphins. We already talked about it a lot. They have that high-powered wide receiver room. They have Tua Tagovailoa, who's apparently already turned down a big contract. I don't believe in Mike McDaniels. That's where I'm at with them.
Yeah, I mean, I hate them.
And that's my boy Kyle's take on the Miami Dolphins, dude.
I hate
them.
Hate
ya.
Stupid.
Dr. Bruce says Seattle's a trap game. Berto, what's up, Berto? Says tough trip to Seattle. Thank you guys for hanging in, dude. 722 of you watching live right now. Appreciate it. Don't forget, we are part of the Buff fan base and sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com and give them all your money. It's a great time. Here we are picking wins and losses way too early. We're just over halfway right now, I think. Picking week 10 at the Colts. What do you got, Kyle?
I feel like we just they're sneaky good, man. And I think we get got by them.
Damn. You think Richardson can stay healthy enough to get to week 10? That's a real question. You think so?
Yeah, no, I think so.
I'm going win here. I think the Bills win this one. Yeah, I don't see them. They're not as together as the Bills. That's another game that they should win. This is where I'm going to flip the script a little bit. For me, man, you go first.
Well, I mean, I think I alluded to it earlier. Like they care. They try so hard, right? And I think going into a bye week,
mm-hmm.
they're gonna put everything they can into this game.
So what are you going?
They're gonna win.
Oh
here.
Shit.
Yeah, they're going to put it all out there. They're going to do the thing, and I think that maybe the Chiefs don't care as much about it, right? They know what's coming in a month and a half, 2 months.
That's where I am. I accept the opposite. I say we lose this one, and it's a bummer, and it's at home, and it stings, and it's the sacrifice that we need so that we can beat them in the postseason. That's where my heart's at with it.
Do you remember that? Like that was the year that they lost to the Cardinals on that Hail Mary and the Hail Murray, and it was into the bye week, and it kind of like refocused that team for like a late season push.
Yep.
So is that what you're trying to channel?
That's
some of that action,
going, dude. Yeah, as whatever magic I can conjure, that's what I want. If this is what has to happen, sacrifice this game to the pit, and keep it pushing.
So at the bye week, you got them 8-3.
Where you got them?
And I have 2, 4, 6, and
6
5.
And 5. Ooh. All right.
That kind of mirrors last season, right?
Yeah, it does. It really does. Yeah, and if you're looking at it on paper, this team roster-wise is unknown at least. I guess it's yet to be seen if it's better or worse, but first thoughts you'd think worse, and you don't know until they get into the season, but it's a fair assumption. Coming out of the bye, dude, I'm going McDermott. Never lost out of it. Home against the Niners. They just lost a big game against the Chiefs, according to my picks. We're going win against the Niners on Sunday Night Football.
Well, I think this is where we bottom out.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm at a loss.
All right.
And I think that I think they're going to get it together. Because they go Rams, Lions, Patriots, Jets, Patriots, and I think that's where they're going to have to make their hay. So.
Yeah, you gotta make hay when sun's shining.
Mm-hmm.
Christian says we will be 11-0 homer time. All right, buddy. We got Dr. Bruce saying win against San Fran. A lot of people for this lose the regular season against the Chiefs and then finally beat them in the playoffs.
That would be ideal.
Patrick Hughes says 49ers is a tough pick. I need to see how healthy both teams are to pick this game. Yeah, man. I mean, absolutely. That's a truth. So you said loss on this one?
Yeah.
All right. What do you got for at Rams? Are you winning out? Are you going?
I think that they win. They rip all the way off, and then they'll have like on a 6, so it'd be like 7, 8, 9, 10 against the Jets, and then that last Patriots game will be like, what do they need, right? Like, do they still have to win one more? Do they have like do they have like a wild card locked up? It doesn't matter for the division. And I think that kind of all depends on how that last game goes. Like, do they play guys? Do they rest guys? Like, if they're a wild card team locked, then what's it matter to them if like Allen plays or you can get another bye? Right.
Depending
and
on
you
the
can rest
seed.
some of those dudes, especially rest some sore guys, right? So like I do think they'll rip off and get to this Jets game and win through that with 10, get down to 10 wins.
Okay. Oh, look at you. Just so efficient. I'm going win.
Well, I mean, we're running 9 o'clock, dude.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, you know what happens at 9 o'clock, Kyle?
I do.
Do you know what happens at 9
o'clock? I do know what happens. I do, man.
Here we go, folks. We're in overtime. I watched the show. I do know. That's right, folks. We're in overtime. We're at 9 o'clock. Reed boys aren't here. Usually it's with them. Tonight it's with my boy Kyle. Thanks for tuning in. You're the bestest. Rams, I'm going to go win, man. They haven't had their shit together in a couple of years. I know they're a good middle-of-the-road team. That's all. This is where we're going to differ, dude. I'm going to say we're going to take a loss at the Lions. The way my schedule's going, I can't see them with only 3 losses. This is one that I think could sneak up on them. And then after that, I think we run the table. So I'm going.
Look at that season you got them with. You got them at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You got them at 13 wins.
Hell yeah, bro.
Way to go.
13-4 is that where I'm at? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Losses to the Jags, the Seahawks, the Chiefs, and the Lions. I think that covers a lot of like those rando losses that we end up getting. And I'm stoked that only 2 of them are to AFC teams. I would be very happy with this record. I do think the A's is probably a little bit more realistic, a little bit more nail biting, and probably where I'm going to be at the bye. Like, son of a bitch. But,
so I would say that if like you went through it in your mind, you're thinking that like I got them with too many losses, like the Vegas over and under for the season is 10.5 right now.
Yeah.
So if you think like, man, you think they're gonna lose all those games, if you think that it's 11, man, go ahead and throw down on it, man. Like,
hell yeah, bro. Get it up. Put that money down.
Put it up, man. You get it at 10.5 right now.
I mean, look
Vegas,
at that.
man. Lots of people win against Vegas. Like, they don't really know what they're doing.
No, dude. Yeah, Las Vegas is bankrupt, dude.
Yeah,
it's full of casinos.
So go ahead and throw it down. You'd be like 10.5, no problem, man. I just saw Kyle give them all those losses. They get them losing to the stupid Titans. That ain't gonna happen.
Take out a HELOC. Just
throw it down.
Throw it down, man.
Throw it down, man. Take out a second mortgage.
Some of these ones that were different, and I was just trying to take a little bit of a look on these. So I guess when I'm looking at your losses compared to mine. Yeah, it's all
So
good.
I'm the Titans is a surprise. I got them the Ravens with a loss, and then it's maybe like a shock to the Colts, and then on the 49ers.
Yeah,
I'm saying you had them. You did with the Chiefs. So.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of surprises on each side, and a couple that like out of all these teams, dude. I mean, the schedule is kind of a beast here, especially like that first thing. Dude. Like
it's a lot of top. It's the top, man. They don't play a lot of teams. So like you look up at them and like how many teams do you think having a losing record do you think they play?
Yeah,
and like it's the Patriots, and then like anybody else, like I don't expect any of those teams to have a losing record. No. Maybe I don't know about the Cardinals.
Yeah, who knows, dude? Their seasons have been like turmoil for the last couple of years, so who knows?
Yeah.
Last year was they were a mess. And they've been
a lot of teams that like you expect to be fighting out for a playoff position.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you're first in the division. You know, every year, man, you're playing number one. Yeah, and that's it. Let's see. Patrick, truth is, it's 1 week at a time, so let's prepare for the Cards. Hell yeah, bruh. Charlotte says, not losing to Seattle, exclamation point. I hope you're right. I absolutely do. But again, it's like one of those things where like you're sitting here, you know, you wouldn't be a fan if like you didn't root for them in every single game. Right. But like,
for sure.
How many teams have won every single game? Every single season, you know, even for a whole season. I mean, the Patriots like won every game except for the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'd rather have them have a couple of losses and then win the Super Bowl. An 8-8 New York Giants team beat that, undefeated Patriots team. So it's like, yeah, anything can happen. These are just two guys.
What game do you like? What home game do you think if you're going to go to one this year, you would want to go to?
God, depending on, for me, dude, I think that Niners game is like calling my name because I think it's just like kind of a throwback to the 90s, and I've never seen the Bills and the Niners play. You know, it definitely calls to me. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be high scoring. The Jags game too.
Is that November?
I don't know. It's week 13. So whatever that would be, September, October, early December, I think. Maybe the first week in December. Late November, early December. December 1st, Corey says. Thank you, Corey. Yeah. I mean, other than that, dude, I don't know. It's kind of cool. Like the Jags, I think that would be a cool game. But there's none of those games, like unless you're going to go to the Patriots games, where you're going to absolutely be like, man, this is going to be a blowout.
Yeah, I think that Patriots game, that home Patriots game, I don't think you'll see a whole lot of Patriots fans. Like one or two, but like that's a drive at the end of the season when your team could very well be.
Yeah, isn't in contention at all. You're going to get a bunch of people that have never seen them play.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I don't see like that atmosphere of that one being like much of like rival like I would see like with like the Dolphins game.
Yeah, the Dolphins are definitely like they've taken over, right? Like that number one like competitive,
who you want to get up for. Right?
Yeah, the most hated in the division, I think.
Yeah, I think going to them, I don't know, man. I love when they play at home at the beginning of the season. So like I'm looking forward to that Cardinals game. Like I think that's just like September and like nice like 75-degree days, 80-degree days, like
jersey and
shorts in that stadium. Yeah, just feeling good.
Yeah, man.
So I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, man. I bet
and if you could take a trip, man, if you're going to take a road trip to like one of these cities, where would you want to go?
I was thinking about that today, man. I think the Texans, like Houston, sticks out in my mind. I think that would be a cool.
Do like a barbecue crawl, dude. Do a barbecue crawl like on a Saturday, and then go to the game on Sunday and just destroy those stadium bathrooms.
Absolutely, dude, top to bottom. That, and then what was the other one I was looking at, dude?
Still, why are you still waiting in line? The urinal's open over there, and you're like,
this isn't a urinal job, bro. I think Detroit would be fun, man. I think just seeing a game in that stadium would be fun. So
Detroit?
Yeah.
Other
than that, I don't really have a whole lot of interest in going to Baltimore. I've never been to Miami.
Yeah, I'd like to. I don't know, man. I've just never really been to Texas much. I wouldn't mind. That would be like a fun one if I was going to travel. Seattle, I think, would be a fun city to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think like the Seattle and Houston games would be like, those would just be fun cities to spend a weekend in.
Yeah, I think they're the best destination ones. I mean, LA, whatever, but we've kind of played there a lot recently. So like,
yeah,
I don't know. Though that would be, I think Houston would be my number one for sure. Be cool. So
yeah, I think so too.
I'll buy the plane tickets. You get the stadium tickets. Is that what's going on? Don't hold
not Seattle then. They got a rabid fan base.
Yeah, dude. The 12th man. Jerry says Brad Lamb next Tuesday. Let's go. Hell yeah. I pushed that at the beginning of the show. We're at 800 live viewers. Thanks so much for tuning in to our schedule win-loss prediction show with me and my boy Kyle.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Hell yeah, man. It's been fun. Thanks for filling in. The boys were bummed they couldn't be here, but I'm glad you could pop on, and I'd like to have you on a little more often if you'd like.
Yeah, that sounds nice, man. Do something.
Sounds like a nice time.
Nice time, man. Listening to Justin and Kyle.
Just a nice time. No matter what, I'm over this Bills football withdrawal and ready for the season. Let's go. Oh yeah, Patrick.
Yeah. Be interesting. Like you gonna try to go to training camp?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I've tried like the last couple of seasons, but the way the lottery thing goes or whatever for the tickets,
it's always hard to get into it now.
Yeah, insane. It never was. I remember Jesus, how many times in a row we went, and it was just like, yeah, they're giving tickets at tops. Yeah, like instead it's like, no, you need to be on a wait list, and they're scooped up within the first like whatever. But I'm not gonna complain. That's when they were bad. So like whatever.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's pretty impressive that just like so many people from Buffalo will just hop in their cars and like drive to Rochester just to go watch practice, right? Like that's shows like the mafia, right? Like it's just so in demand.
Yeah, man.
I mean, they sold out the softball game the other day.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
People they're nuts over it, and it's just like it's like the secret that we knew. You know, and now everybody's like in on, and it's fun. I'm glad there's so much love for them and support, and it's like it's not like they haven't had it, but it's just like coming from so many other places now, and I don't know. It's really fun to be a Bills fan. I say it like damn near every week, man. Like you just gotta like take stock in this time right now, you know.
It's a point of pride, man. Like our fan base is like knowledgeable and like all the things you want. Like we're not just like idiots, right? Like we don't start fights. It's not like we're Philly. Yeah. Sorry, I probably just got a bomb threat out of my house right now. Like it's just pipe bomb in my window right now for saying that.
Look at this, hey Charlie, listen to this guy on the Bill show. Talking about
you don't even like whiz, huh?
You don't like cheese whiz on it? It's just whiz. Oh my god. What's up, Blue RQ? Patrick Q says Rager coming soon as well. Hell yeah, we got our regular season Rager coming the last weekend of August, Labor Day weekend at Reinvention Brewing. Mark Maddox is coming up. We might have a couple other ex-players.
You mean Josh Allen?
Yeah. Somebody's birthday.
Mark Maddox is right.
Yeah, Mark Maddox. Big MM, number 17. Yeah, Mark's coming up. We raise a bunch of money for his Help One Foundation. It's always a great time. Reinvention puts out a Super Fanatics Cream Ale, a special occasion for it. Come check it out, man. It's like $5.
I love cream ale. It's one of my favorite like styles of beer.
Really?
Yeah, I like cream ale a lot.
Nice. Why didn't you pick up some Jenny cream ales?
Yeah.
Why you gotta call me out on TV, bro? Let's see. Jarrod Reed, Kyle and Swank, FYI, 1K on Facebook alone tonight. Great work, fellas. Oh man, my numbers are off. Well, thank you guys for tuning in and checking it out. Appreciate you.
That's pretty sweet.
Hell yeah, man. The fan base, man, I don't know. Like, it's been pretty cool. Been growing, and the numbers for the shows in the off season are like out of control compared to like the last couple of years. So it's very, very cool. And you guys rule for that. Thank you.
Excited for the Bills, you know?
Hell yeah, dude. Let's see. Swank, before we leave, what do you and Kyle think Hyde does? Ooh. What do you think, Kyle?
So like I think that the price that he would demand, like with his age and like what he's done for the Bills, is not in like the plan for him, right? Like I think that the offer that they would want to pay him is would be like a slap into the face of him, right? Like it would be like disrespectful, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where it's at right now. Like they know that they aren't going to offer him what he would want to get paid and like what his years of service would like, right? And like they would want him at a discount, and he'd be like, dude, I'll just stay with my kids, right? And so I think that's like what he's going to do. I think he's going to stay in shape, and I think that it's going to depend on how that backfield looks. Like do they feel like they got to bring him in like that bye week, right? December 1st for a playoff run, especially if you catch an injury in that area, right? I could see something like that, but I don't think that he's there to start the season. Because like maybe you can pay him the rate that you think that he deserves, or that like he thinks he deserves for 6 games or 8 games.
That's a great take, man. Yeah, that's a really great take.
So
I wonder really like in his mind what that number is, because he came out a couple days ago and said he was either going to be a Bill or retire. So if you're like taking that into account, it's like, well, when you retire, like the number's 0, you know? So like, is anything better than nothing? Or like how, I guess that's the thing. Like, what is that number that's not disrespectful that would make him come back, that would fit in with the Bills, you know? Because I don't think he'd be a starter. Right, like he'd be a depth.
I think it'd be like like, and maybe it's one of those things where like if you catch an injury, then it's like, hey, let's get you back in and like get you into game speed, and then in like a 2 to 3 week ramp up.
Yeah, I don't know. Scooter says vet minimum or he retires. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the vet.
Right, and like what's the risk reward for that, man? Like he's like one more knee or neck injury away from like.
Yeah.
Like not being able to bend over and pick up the soap when he drops it in the shower, right? Like
bend over. Yeah, man. I don't know. I think if he wants to play, them's the breaks. You know, it could be though. I think that's a good take, like the AJ Klein kind of thing, right? Where it's like. Yeah. Stay ready, dude, and if we need you, we'll get you. But he's a great locker room guy too, though. But how many more of those guys do they need? You know, they got a ton of them in there right now. So.
I think it was like the summer of hard decisions, like financially for them too, right? Like getting rid of guys like a year or two earlier, like letting guys that cost a lot walk away to replace them with cheaper options, and I think he's part of it, right? Like.
Yeah, we say it a lot, man. There's people on this team that you love that aren't going to be on it. That's true for this year still, I think.
It was true during the drought, right? Like,
hey,
Eric Wood, man, miss that dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Eric Wood.
Right, like when he had to go.
What about Freddie, dude? When Freddie had to go?
What's that?
Freddie?
Yeah. Dude, when Jerry Hughes left, I was sad about that. It was like they were right on the cusp, and it's like, man.
I saw a little take that he might be one of those guys that they bring back on a cheap deal.
Oh yeah. Is he out of the league right now?
I don't know. I think maybe
he's a free agent. I remember.
Yeah, he was with Houston. I think he decided to retire last year, but he's flirting with like a return. So I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. Do we need another defensive end right now?
I don't know. That's like my biggest concern on that team. Not that we want to open up another topic, but like Pat.
Hey man, I'm here for whatever you're here for, as long as you want to be. You think D is the biggest concern right now?
The D line.
D line.
The one is the one that I think about most is like. This is the one I think about most. It isn't going to like live up to expectations, right? Like I don't know, like who's gonna be the consistent like edge rusher that's just gonna like disrupt games all the time, like the person you wanted Vaughn to be, and like I don't think that's gonna happen anymore. And like I don't know, is Gru ready for that?
I hope so.
I hope so too. But it's the thing I worry more so about, like that positional group, like that whole line, like.
I think I read something about his PFF grade.
Right?
Yeah, I do miss Floyd. I think that dude was a monster.
I think they will too, right? I think they'll miss that. I think he's still got another pretty good season in him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's coming off like a career season. And he chased the money, and you got to do that. You know, I guess like Mark talks about it all the time on the show. Where you got to make your money when you can make your money. Like you've prepared your whole life and your body's still able to play. So you got to go out and play, make money for your family. And I get it. I wish that, there's that little sentiment there, like that Buffalo sentiment where it's like, you kind of like made your name back for yourself here and it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, don't you just want to stay for like nothing? Keep sacking people. For me, man, I think, I don't know. I keep going back and forth. I mean, wide receiver is a big question mark, right?
Yeah.
I think corner.
You want to know why I don't have it up at that high level is because like at some point you gotta put the job of making the receiver great on Allen, right? You can't pay a guy that much money and then like also have to surround him with top tier talent. Like he's got to make the top tier talent. Like he has to make Shakir like the next level of that. Like make him into like 1,000-yard receiver. And like that's what great quarterbacks do. Like they take receivers that wouldn't be as good other places and make them really great. As Drew Brees did.
Yeah. That's why it was a nightmare picking a wide receiver for fantasy that was from the Saints, because you never knew who was going to go off what week.
Because it was every week it was another guy getting 100 yards, right? And it was never the same guy twice in a row. And I feel like Manning did that. I feel like those truly like really good quarterbacks throughout our like years of watching football, like elevated receivers. And I think that when you pay Josh Allen that kind of money, you have to expect him to like he should be able to make that guy into Diggs, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. He shouldn't need Diggs to like. Shouldn't have to say like, well, I need top tier talent.
Yeah. Well, I think like,
right. And I think that's important.
Is that kind of what happened though last year, right? Like, because Diggs, I mean, I know we switched offensive coordinators and philosophy, and something happened with Diggs halfway through the season. Whether it was him getting schemed out or people figuring out how to cover him, or maybe the Bills didn't know how to use him, or maybe he was banged up, or blah, 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 whatever it was.
Right. Whatever it was. Maybe many things.
Many things. Yes. I think, I don't know, like it'd be interesting to see what would have happened without a Diggs, because
Josh, I think we're going to find out.
Yeah. Now it is. Yeah. I guess I mean like earlier in his career though, because like you had John Brown who came and had a career year with him,
his career year, and Beasley had his career year, right? Like those guys all got better with Josh, right? Like agreed.
Gabe Davis. Is Gabe Davis going to be Gabe Davis in Jacksonville? I don't know. I think Josh gave him plenty of opportunities, so is it, it's just going to be really interesting to see Khalil Shakir, dude, coming out of nowhere, having the greatest catch percentage and yak yard, all this stuff. Like, I think that's in Josh. So I'm not writing off any of those dudes. I know a lot of people are, we got a ton of wide receiver 3 and 4s or whatever, but I don't know, man. We talked about it the other night, but it's just like you don't know what's going to happen until it happens. Nobody knew Bernard was going to be amazing until he took over, right? Like,
right. And I don't know. Like, I think you just gotta expect and put that on his shoulders too. right? Like you can't pay everybody.
Yeah.
Like you're paying him.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and you're gonna pay him for a long time.
A long time.
long
Yeah.
long time. All right, guys. It's 9:23. What do you say, Kyle? You want to call her?
Yeah, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate you being on the show and doing this with me and talking some.
I had a good time, man. Thanks a lot.
Hell yeah, bro.
I hope that it was at least like replacement level to the River Reed boys. Like I hope that like I at least held down the fort.
River Reed boys.
For them.
Guys, I want to remind you that we are part of the Buff Fan Base Network. Go follow them on all socials, Justice General, and all the people out there doing great things. Also sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com and give them some money and pick up some sweet gear. It's it's off season, dude. I'm ready. I want training camp. I want preseason. I want it now. But
yeah, man.
We'll definitely get you through these next couple weeks, month and a half.
Yeah, dude. You know what, man? Go to a Red Wings game one night.
Hell yeah, dude. I was looking at
Red Wings. Dude, just enjoy some minor league baseball for a night.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like the Bills will get here when they get here, man. It'll be okay.
I like it, dude. I really like it. Just made me feel way better. All right, guys, man. Thank you so much. And go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Good one.